Welcome back to our latest deep dive. Today we're digging into a fresh crypto market analysis that just dropped May 5th, 2025 from Vantage Plus.
Yeah, hot off the press.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're mapping out the key moves and technical picture for the big names in crypto.
Exactly. And they set the scene, right? Mentioning this generally positive feel in equities, maybe a weaker dollar helping things along.
Absolutely, that seems to be the backdrop. Plus, the whispers about potential U.S. rate cuts down the line. That could mean more liquidity, which often finds its way into markets like crypto.
More fuel for the fire, potentially.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
but then there was this, well, slightly odd bit of news they flagged about IRS officials.
Oh, yeah, that was interesting. Two officials apparently involved in drafting crypto tax rules reportedly left the IRS, offered positions by the DOGE team.
Alongside a bigger resignation program, the report said. It feels a bit unexpected.
It really does. Hard to say exactly what it means, of course, but movement like that in regulatory circles, it definitely adds a layer of, let's say, uncertainty.
Could it change how those tax rules get shaped?
Possibly. Or maybe it's unrelated. It's
Yeah.
just something to watch for sure.
Okay, well, let's pivot to the charts then, starting with the big one, Bitcoin. What's the Vantage Plus take?
Right, BTC. Currently trading around 95,942 US dollars.
Okay.
The key thing they noted was it bounced off that 50 moving average. Think of it like a recent price trend line.
A key support level it held.
Exactly. And it kept moving up last week. They also connect that momentum, interestingly, to how well the Nasdaq's been doing.
Makes sense, that correlation often holds. So looking ahead for Bitcoin, what's the potential?
Well, looking at the weekly chart, Vantage Plus suggests we could be looking at a move towards $110,000.
Wow, okay. Big number.
Yeah, but the condition is that the $90,000 level needs to hold firm as support. That's kind of the line in the sand for this bullish outlook.
Got it. 90K support for a 110K target. Now, what about Ethereum? It seems like it's maybe not quite keeping pace.
That's how it looks right now, yeah. ETH is around $1,824. April did show some positive signs, like a technical pin bar pattern.
Which suggests?
It can suggest potential for an upward move, a reversal, but, and this is the key difference with Bitcoin, it's still trading below its 50 moving average.
So lagging behind in that upward thrust.
Pretty much. It hasn't matched Bitcoin's recent strength yet.
But is there upside potential there based on their analysis?
Oh, definitely. The monthly chart, they say, indicates that if this positive momentum holds, ETH could push higher. They're eyeing $1,950 as a level where things might intensify.
And breaking that 50 moving average would help too, presumably.
Absolutely. That could attract more buying interest, add some power to the move.
Okay, let's shift to XRP. Trading at what? $2.18 roughly?
Yeah, USD 2.1845. And the positive sign there is that it defended a recent technical support zone.
So it held its ground.
It did, which suggests, maybe it's gearing up for an upward move. The weekly chart hints that momentum could build as long as it stays above that $2 level.
The psychological USD 2.00 mark.
Precisely. They also mentioned that the little dip we saw at the start of May could just be a breather, a pullback, before it potentially starts climbing again later this month.
Interesting. Okay, one more Solana. SOL is at about $146.83.
Yep. And similar story in April, a positive candlestick pattern suggesting potential upside there too.
And the key level for Solana?
It looks like the USD 120.0000 technical support. If SOL can stay above that 120 mark, Vantage Plus thinks the upward trend could continue.
So across the board, seems like holding recent support is pretty critical.
That's the common theme, definitely.
Now, stepping back from the specific coins, Vantage Plus also touched on the bigger picture, like a potential U.S.-China trade deal.
Right. That's always lurking in the background, isn't it? A deal like that is generally seen as good for risk assets, which, often includes crypto.
A potential tailwind.
Could be. But the report adds a note of caution. While apparently the U.S. reached out, Chinese state media suggests a deal before June isn't looking certain.
So maybe positive, but don't hold your breath on the timing.
Yeah, something like that. It's a factor, but the timeline is fuzzy.
Okay, so let's quickly recap the technicals then. Bitcoin, watching the 90K support, potential for 110K.
Correct.
Ethereum needs to clear that 50 moving average, potential towards 1,950. XRP holding above $2 is key for more upside.
Yep.
And Solana looking positive as long as it stays above $120.
Got it. And all this, like we said, with potential boosts from maybe rate cuts and that whole U.S.-China trade situation kind of hovering.
Right. The technicals point one way, but those fundamentals can really push things around.
For sure. They can amplify moves or throw a wrench in the works.
So wrapping up this deep dive, here's something for you listening to think about. With these technical levels in mind, and considering those bigger factors like rate cuts or trade talks, what single piece of news or data this month would give you the most confidence that this crypto upswing is the real deal?
Yeah, what's that one trigger point for you?
Something to ponder. Thanks for joining us.